What's up, y'all? So I have the hugest belly ache from eating too much candy. Story of my life. My husband ordered me, so I wanted some red Jolly Ranchers, and I didn't find any in the store. So my husband ordered me some off of Amazon, and it came in two huge boxes. So there's I don't know, at least, I don't even know, y'all, maybe 40 bags of Jolly Ranchers. And I really only want the cherry one. So I'm literally just been busting open bags, eating the cherry out. I don't even know, and that was no pun intended on that. But I don't even know what I'm going to do with the rest of the flavors. Because I really only like the cherry. I think once I've eaten all the cherries, this is so weird saying that. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do with them. I'll give them away. It's Halloween's coming up, right? Other than that, I had a cool day. I went to the gym, met my sister there. We did a couple of weights and crap like that. And yeah, that was about it, man. I just battling this dang on bellyache that I gave myself. I can't be mad at nobody but myself. So Wendy's is having National Cheeseburger Day with 1-cent junior bacon cheeseburgers. That is September the 18th through September 22nd. So if you were planning on going on a diet, good luck. And if you're planning on getting any, good luck. Because there's been times I went to Wendy's and they talking about they ran out of bacon. So are y'all going to have enough bacon? That's my question. So this Seattle officer was caught on body cam joking about a woman that was killed by another officer. Claimed she had limited value. Here's the audio.
Write a check. Yeah, just write a check. Just $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value. But she is dead. No, it's a regular person. Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty sad. And she was only 26, and she was going the crosswalk, and the officer was like doing almost 70 miles an hour. I don't know what they were doing, but yeah, dude. So Tiffany Haddish got served with a new lawsuit outside of her comedy show. On August 28th, Haddish was served with a new suit during hosting on Sunset Boulevard. She was leading the event. Per the Radio Online, comedian was served with a side interest while hosting. In the latest court doc says Haddish and Ari Spears called her an extortionist who made fake claims against them. If you recall, blah blah. So she's getting served again after they made a stupid film called Through a Pedophile's Eyes. Like, come on, my guy. That was just the stupidest. I don't know what Tiffany was thinking back then, but it's really just sad. The lady, the mom of the children, were paid like $15,000 for the settlement, but in the video, Spears was rubbing oil on a little boy's back. He was only 7 at the time, and his sister, who was 14, accused Haddish of showing her how to perform oral sex using a sub sandwich. Yeah, this is just crazy. But yeah, Tiffany's still in hot water, clearly. And a lot of people just didn't forget about it. Like, she keeps trying to get out of it, but it's just kind of like, I get people want to be famous in Hollywood, but I still do not understand why she did that. For the life of me. So they caught the fugitive, y'all. He is no longer on the run. And boy, did they love taking a picture with him. They took a picture with him like he was a deer that they caught. But he's off the street, so the streets of Pennsylvania, I think that's where he are safer now. What Biden is saying, he knew the GOP wanted to impeach him. The UAW is preparing to strike for the Detroit 3 automakers, which is Ford, GM, and Chrysler. So they're preparing to go on a strike. We'll see. So there was and I'm laughing at this because my husband, he's Mexican, right? And so the Mexican people found these aliens, and I was telling them they kind of look Mexican. Their eyes are slanted, and I know this is coming off real racist, but I'm just saying, are these aliens Mexican? Because their corpses were found in Mexico, and they look exactly like ETs. They're short. And my husband's like, the smaller they are, the higher their intelligence, is what he says. And then he was like, sometimes they're very powerful. I mean, I was happy they're kind of short, because it's like, maybe we'd have a chance. But then if you think about it, they were found like 1,000 years ago, and everything was smaller then, including us. So I don't know. Maybe they're the real people and we're the aliens. Who knows, man? But yeah, they found some little hombres. I mean, they did find them in Mexico. I don't know. Maybe these dudes are just Mexican. I don't know. Let's see. Something's happening with androids on Thursday. I think there's some kind of, I don't know. Check your phones. Let's see what else. So 2 sisters who returned from a week-long Caribbean cruise with $40,000 worth of cocaine pleaded guilty and face up to 20 years in prison. So who gave them that cocaine to drop off? Is my question. They went there. They came back with several kilos. Pleaded guilty Tuesday to importing a controlled substance. I'm just trying to see who they encountered in each of their backpacks. They had, how did they think that was getting on there? They said they didn't know it was in their luggage. Interesting. I'm just trying to figure out who gave them those drugs. Now they gotta do 20 years. And how did they think they were gonna smuggle it back to the airport, was my question. Let's see what else we got here. Sharks are still biting in South Carolina and Florida. Yeah, that's pretty much it in the news. Let's get into these Reddits, see what we got here. I gotta Google, why does candy give you a bellyache? I mean, I got a good reason of understanding, but I just need to know, why is my body rejecting the candy? What are some of the bad parts of sex that people don't talk about? The after, cleaning yourself up. Yuck. Somebody said that feeling when you're about to ask to change positions because you're exhausted and your back is about to give out, and then she says, go faster. Y'all really be tired, huh, man? That in each and every long-term relationship, one partner has a stronger sex drive than the other, and that sucks for both of them. A partner visibly not enjoying it. Dang. My girl told me that she doesn't like to tell me when she's about to come during oral because I'll usually end up speeding up or whatnot, and the rhythm messes up her rhythm. Since knowing that, I do try my best to fight the urge to speed things up when she actually tells me. Personally, feel like this tip would help out a lot of relationships. Yeah, I mean, we just need y'all to concentrate. Somebody said to clean up and the sore muscles. That's what I say. Alright. Somebody said, what's the easiest way you you lost weight? And somebody said, stop drinking sugary drinks and switch to water only. Lost 20 pounds in a very short time. Definitely a man said this. Because men can literally change one little thing and lose weight. The first girl I loved cheated on me. I lost 40 pounds in a month. Yeah, that's literally when I lost the most weight in my life, it's literally because I was stressed out. My mom was in a hospital, and it was just I'm one of those people when I'm stressed, I definitely don't eat. I mean, believe me, I'd rather be happier than skinnier. I will say that. Food poisoning, stomach flu, walking daily, cutting out sugar, and I cannot stress this enough, cocaine. That was funny. Let's see what else we got here. What are some symptoms of declining mental health in men? Let's see. Apathy, wanting to stay indoors. Yeah, if my husband don't want to go anywhere, I know that guy's depressed, because that man stay outside. And I'm not saying he be gone, he just has to be outside. Wanting to stay indoors, avoiding getting together with friends or family members, not responding to text messages or phone calls, no longer having an interest in meeting different women, and neglect on physical appearance. Yeah, if your physical appearance is going down and your hygiene, definitely depressed. Definitely on the edge. Uptick in unhealthy pursuits, behaviors, drinking, self-medication, drug use, risky personal, physical, financial behavior where they show no regard or for themselves or their well-being, loss of interest in things they were previously passionate about, increasingly withdrawn or closed off, decline in personal hygiene and appearance, poor sleep. If they do show emotion in response to something, it may be overblown or seem out of place, crying at seemingly innocuous things, excessive anger, any sort of behavior that seems radically different to how they usually behave. They gave you the whole shebang. And lastly, let's see what the women are up to. How do you cope with misogyny? How do you release the anger, fear, sadness, etc. that it gives? Well, honey, misogyny is really not going anywhere, unfortunately. And sometimes it's the women that hold it. What do they call it? Misandry. But somebody says, I make a little corner of the world that's safe for me and my loved ones. Spending too much time around angry posts, angry videos, the social media does nothing for my mental health. I find in general, most normal men don't tend to think of these things, that it's toxic minority hurting us, so I just don't listen. Now, if we all stop listening, life would be better. True, most of the misogynists are on the internet. Someone said I just avoid men as much as possible. I don't enjoy their company or any interactions with them. Wow. Somebody said, I surround myself with other women and care for other women. Yeah, but sometimes the women are just as bad as the men, because there's a lot of women that uphold that. They call them pick-me's. Alright, let's get into story time, because I can go all day with these posts. Let's see what we got today. This lady's ovary exploded.
What's up, y'all? I'm back, and I already went through this, so hopefully you don't have to. If you are a lady, listen up, because they do not tell you about this in school. This is Storytime Medical Emergency Edition. So back when I was 17 years old, I woke up one morning and I assumed I just had to go to the bathroom. Thought it was a little constipation. I go to the bathroom, I use it, but my stomach still hurts. The pain that I felt in my stomach was unbearable. Mind you, I had already had my first child, so I knew what contractions felt like. The pain just got worse and worse and worse. Being that it wasn't getting any better, I decided I needed to get my phone off my bed and call my parents. Why when I tried to stand up, my legs wouldn't work? Like, I could not stand up. At that point, I started crying, y'all. I was in tears, like, what just happened to me? Am I paralyzed now? I military crawled to my bed and I called 911 immediately. I tell them what's going on and they send an ambulance to my home. I then military crawled to the front door to meet the EMTs. Unfortunately, they couldn't fit the stretcher through the frame of my front door. So they had to lift me up and plop me down. When I say plop me down, they plop me down. When I hit that stretcher, I started crying. I was in so much pain, it was radiating all over my body. They had assumed my appendix burst because I couldn't keep anything down. I had pain all over my body, and my legs didn't work. When I got to the hospital, they immediately admitted me to the pediatric wing. I have to say this, the nurse that they paired me with was terrible. I wish I could remember her name because I would submit a complaint on how badly she treated me. Mind you, I was 17 years old. Nobody knew what was wrong with me, but I knew that I was sensitive to touch. She kept throwing blankets and sheets on me, which felt like pins and needles. It hurt so bad. I started crying. She then told me, I'm about to be adult soon and I need to act like it. Y'all, I was flabbergasted. Mind you, the doctors couldn't do anything to me until they got consent from a parent. But what they could do was diagnose me and figure out what was wrong. They ran all types of tests, they scanned me and gave me multiple ultrasounds. And that's when I found out the scary truth. My appendix didn't burst. I was suffering from ovary torsion. I never knew this could happen. Ovary torsion is when your ovary literally twists around itself. It's a medical emergency and immediate surgery is needed. And that surgery entails untwisting the ovary or removing it if unsuccessful. My parents took 8 hours to get to the hospital. They only lived 20 minutes away. When my mom got there, she laid her hands to pray on me and I told her to not touch me and sign the papers, please. Unfortunately, in my case, too much time had passed. So I lost my ovary. And I lost my job.
That's horrible. I was thinking she was going to have a good outcome. That's horrible.
Hey people, one thing I think people never really talk about when they get a gastric bypass is some of the effects that they go through. Now it's good to lose weight and everything. I've lost almost about 80 pounds. But ever since I've gotten this surgery done, I've had a lot of setbacks. Like I've had problems with low blood pressure where I can't even walk. I can't get up to eat. I can't drink my water. My vision goes blurry. My hearing leaves me. It's crazy. And now I'm having problems with urinating. So now I'm back at the ER. This is my third time in the ER. And they're going to put another Foley in me, another catheter in me. So I don't know what's going on. Like, I feel like my body is falling apart. I've even called my family members to let them know that I'm sorry for whatever I've done to them. I just feel like, Lord, when I was bigger, I didn't have all these problems. And now it's like I'm having so many problems that I don't even know if I'm gonna make it. I'm back in the hospital again. I don't know if this video is not gonna get anywhere, and I'm not asking nobody for no money or nothing like that. I'm just asking you to share the video because it may help somebody. You never know. I even told my wife, whatever pain that I may have caused you through the 15 years of the marriage, I just want to apologize. I told God, like, God, I just want to see my children's book come to fruition. And after that, if you want to take me, Lord, do what you have to do. I don't understand all of this stuff that I'm going through. I just feel like my body is falling apart. Y'all just keep me in y'all prayers.
That brother's going through it, y'all. That's why it's like, as much as it's tempting to like take a shortcut with weight loss, it's just so many things that can go wrong, man. And it's like, I guess we gotta just stick to working out and eating right. There's just too many what ifs that could happen.
Come. I got a story time for y'all. And this one is about Atlanta. Again. Okay, so recently I had got hired at Northside Hospital. I did a Zoom interview, went through the whole interview process. They gave me all my hiring paperwork, all this, all that, okay? Now, basically, something had just told me, like, just call before you put in your information, because it was basically giving me my I-9s, all this, all the paper, the hiring paperwork, y'all know. So I called the hospital and I asked for the communication supervisor, because that's what I was going to be doing. I was going to be working with customer communication or whatever this shit is called. Okay. So I ended up talking to the lady, and she was like, I ended up talking to the supervisor or whatever, and she was like, we don't have an actual application for you online. Could you go and give me the email that, you got the hiring paperwork from? Okay, so I give her the email for the hiring paperwork, and hold on. And she's like, well, this HR email is not with our company. Although it says Northside Hospital, this is not our company, but we're going to be sure to do an investigation on it. My job, my social is on this paperwork. My address is on this paperwork. My previous work experiences, everything else is on this paperwork. Okay, I did tax information, all this time. Mind you, I put in my 2 weeks at my previous job, considering the fact I've already got hired at this job, and it was just insane, y'all. It's just insane. So I was actually watching the news today, and there's a news report about protecting your identity by filling out job applications in Georgia. Now, I know that Georgia is a scamming ass fucking state, but when you get to the point where you can't even fill out a job application, and then for these jobs, you can't even call some of the jobs because they'll tell you like, oh, we'll call you, or blah, 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 blah. Like, it's just one whole big ass scam, okay? I do not recommend 0 fucking stars, okay, at all. Like, and I'm really not even a job working type of bitch. Like, I am a hairstylist, I do hair, but right now, the economy is just so messed up right now that my clients take to stay consistent because they have to have 2 or 3 jobs to pay their bills, okay? Protect y'all identity at all costs, y'all. Do not get nobody none of your information. None. Not in don't even get them your bank account information for direct deposit, because I did that too as well, y'all. Don't do it. Learn from me. Learn from me.
That's messed up. You can't even apply for a job without being scammed these days.
POV. Your patient ends up in the ICU on an insulin drip from doing a watermelon detox for 3 weeks.
I've been seeing these watermelon detoxes going around. This guy ended up on an insulin drip doing it for 3 weeks, y'all. Be careful.
Aw, a Facebook relationship status. Yeah, y'all know how these end on my page. All statements are reported and alleged. Let's get into it. So, this is Peyton Tilson and Andrew Kreider. They are in a relationship as of June 2022, and allegedly, Peyton is now pregnant. Sounds picture perfect, right? Let's talk about how these two met. Andrew was 34 years old, and he was 17-year-old Peyton's teacher. So they met at high school, where he was a teacher and she was a student. Now, reportedly, they did not start consummating their relationship and getting real hot and heavy until she was 18, so it wasn't a crime. But let's talk about the things that did happen. Back in July 2018, this article came out. It says July 2022, but that's when it was updated. This article was originally released in June 2018, and it is announcing that Mr. Kreider resigned as a Granite City High School amid allegations that he had a relationship with a student. And it is mentioned in this article that said student, Peyton, had filed a protection order against Mr. Kreider. Let me read you the details of that. The request for emergency order of protection filed against Kreider in Madison County Circuit Court. The teen alleged that she had a relationship beginning in March after she turned 18, but before she graduated from high school. She broke off the relationship because she realized it was wrong and that he was very manipulative, controlling, and obsessive. Alleges that Kreider is stalking her, said that she had just received an email from him as of June 13th, remember this is 2018, after asking him not to contact her anymore. He has also contacted her mother after being asked not to do so. Kreider left a letter on her car at the school stating that he will never stop waiting for her and that there is no life without her. This was all after she explained never to contact her again. She stated that she blocked him from social media, but he drove to the school and emailed her anyways. Quote, I am in fear that he won't stop. I am not sure what he's capable of, and I am afraid that he may harm me or himself. Kreider issued a statement at the time saying the allegations in the restraining order were taken out of context. Well, as you saw in the first photo, they're back together, but I did come across some letters that Mr. Kreider wrote to Peyton in 2018. Let's take a look. This one is from June 2018. Pause to read some of the highlights. He is crushed. It's been a hard day. Thought that maybe you would reach out to me. Talks about his wife blowing up. By the way, I think I failed to mention this teacher had a wife and 2 or 3 children that he left for this student. Mentions the wife blowing up. I told her if we ever get back together, she can't keep the kids from you, teenage Peyton. I'm going to the next one. Okay, here is another letter. What happened to only you, only us? I guess you meant for 7 days. Pause to read, but I'm getting why she said that he is obsessive and scary. This to me screams true crime evidence. Hopefully I am wrong. Let's go to the next one. Okay, you can pause to read that. More obsessive, manipulative writing, allegedly, reportedly, in my opinion, and based on the restraining order. All right, this is the next to last one. You can pause to read it. Feels a little gaslighty to me. If you disagree, let me know that. I'm putting up the last page now. Okay, there is the last page. Deepest love, 3 months. This is just wild. One more crazy thing I want to show you. If you want to read all about this relationship and how it started, Andrew Kreider has a website called room270.com where he details in the cringiest fashion the first time he saw Peyton and how all this came to be. It is extremely disturbing. I understand that this is an older case. It is new to me. And, I've read some comments that say they didn't talk for some years and then Peyton realized she was still in love with him. So now they're back together and pregnant, and there's photos of Peyton and Andrew and the 3 children from his ex-wife that he left for this girl. I can only hope that they have been through some kind of therapy or something that brought them to a healthier place, because clearly when the resignation and restraining order was going on in 2018, they weren't in the best place. The way they met, to me, is completely wrong. Even if she was 18, you were a teacher. When you are someone's teacher, that is somewhat of an authoritative figure, and you shouldn't blur those lines. They are still children, and you are a teacher. It's not meant to cross lines there. When you get in that profession, that shouldn't be like, oh, I don't use Match.com, I use the high school that I teach at. Y'all gotta stop. Anyways, does this blow y'all's mind? Am I just a prude? Is this like a totally acceptable way to meet your future significant other? Be warned, again, if you go to room270.com, have a barf bag, because it is just disgusting.
I'd be a motherfucking fool if I sit here and say I ain't never been in a one-sided situation. Okay, because I had this thinking link that I loved him down, baby. I wanted to be with him so bad, but that motherfucker told me I will never be with you. Never. Okay, bitch. First of all, you ain't had to fucking say it like that, bitch. You could have broke it down, made it sound a little cute or something. You could have lied, bitch. That's when lying is okay. You could have did something else. But, bitch, I swear to God, it ain't hurt me. It ain't cried. Well, bitch, I'm lying. I was crying for about 3 days. But I quickly got over it. Because I just heard of something called espresso martini. Bitch, they got liquor and coffee? Oh, bitch, I ain't never heard of that motherfucking shit right now. Now, that's the shit that had me thinking, it's too much goddamn shit out there. I have never even tasted an espresso martini. You think I'm finna just pass out and cry over this one? It's too much coffee out there. It's too much goddamn coffee. Bitch, if you don't get the fuck up, go walk that fat ass dog, you might see one of your neighbors and bitch fall in love. Okay? Just step the fuck outside.
Hey, that's how you get over a breakup right there. And I'm not breaking it with you guys, but I'll be back. Don't you just love corny endings? Anyway, I will be back tomorrow, because tomorrow's Friday. And I can't wait. I said I can't wait. I'll see you tomorrow.